Oh, good timing. Hey guys, it's Melanie. Obviously, the pug Grumble has joined us, and off they go. Hi. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing a health journey update. Originally, when I started this particular type of video on my channel, it was a couple years ago when I really got into intermittent fasting, and I was calling them intermittent fasting updates every single month. I am still utilizing intermittent fasting, not quite as frequently as I used to, and there's a reason for that, and I will get into it in this video a little bit later. But I wanted to ask you guys if you were even still interested in this particular type of video. I did get a few messages about people wondering if I was still doing intermittent fasting, if I was going to do a health journey update, if I had lost any more weight. So I was getting some questions. But I was wondering if you guys wanted these in a monthly format, in a quarterly format, or maybe just a couple times a year. Let me know down below in the comments. I find that in the past, having done this video, that it sort of held me accountable. And sometimes I use my channel for reasons such as that. It kind of tends to be a dumping ground for all of my thoughts, mostly around beauty-related content, but it also helps me a lot with accountability. And I find that when I verbalize something and there is a record of it, that I'm much more likely to stick to it. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys want. I am happy to upload these videos at the frequency that you guys are wanting to actually see them in. So whether that is every month or quarterly or just a couple times a year, let me know. So let's talk about what happened in the last few months, because I haven't done an update in a little bit. And the reason is that, much like a lot of people, the holidays got me. They got me just as hard as they do every year, and I knew that it was coming. So if you are newer to my channel, last summer, I managed to lose about 15 pounds. My goal was actually to lose between 20, 25, 30 pounds for reference, because I know a lot of people always wonder, well, like, how tall are you? What's your BMI? What's this? What's that? I am 5'7". I have a very athletic build. I am not built like a dainty flower by any stretch of the imagination. I do have a lot of muscle mass. I am typically a size 10. That is my best size. That is the size of clothing that I feel most comfortable in. That is when I am at my quote unquote fittest. So when I don't have a lot of extra weight on me, that's my most ideal size. When I am not at my most ideal size, I can go all the way up to a 12, which I feel very sluggish at. When I was doing the Isogenics program, I managed to lose 15 pounds and a whole lot of inches, and I looked and felt really good. I was actually really content with that 15 pounds, and had I not lost any more, I think I would have been very happy, because I was at a solid size 10. There was still some toning up that needed to be done at that point, but for the most part, I was very, very happy with that weight. So I was at right around 170 pounds. Really, my most ideal weight is 160. And I know there are some people out there that are like, that's a heavy. And it is, depending on your body type. But like I said, I have a much more athletic build. I am never going to be 130 pounds and be healthy. That's not a weight that I am interested in. And I mean, really anything less than 160 or like the middle 150s, I would never want to go anything below that. So my health goals really are not necessarily a weight, but a feeling feeling healthy, feeling energetic, feeling like I can go to the gym and really get a nice hard workout in without it being super, super difficult for me. I like to challenge myself at the gym, but I also don't like feeling like, ugh, I can't do this, you know? Because I don't feel very good or because I'm just so out of shape. So really the feeling that I'm after is being able to sleep really well, being able to feel like my gut doesn't have any bloating issues, feeling like I can keep up with my almost 8-year-old daughter. She has a ton of energy, just feeling good, not sluggish, that type of stuff. So I found that when I lost that extra weight, I was getting to that feeling of just feeling great every single day. And then the holidays hit. It really kind of started around my best friend's wedding, which happened at the end of October. You know, there was quite a bunch of, you know, like drinking and eating good food around that time. And then my birthday hit, and I am, around my birthday, I am very much one of those treat yourself kind of people, and definitely had way more sweets and cakes and sugary things at that point. And then I found myself getting that sugar addiction again. I had really worked hard to overcome that because I am very much a sugar addict. I crave it. I stopped craving it once I really got it out of my system, but I still, you know, there were times when I would look at a piece of cake and just be like, oh, I really want to put that in my mouth. And like, I would never completely deny myself, but I would really watch the amount of sugar that I was taking in because it is a very slippery slope for me. You have to know your body. And for me, once I have one piece, it's very easy for me to be like, well, maybe I can also have a macaron, or maybe I can also have that plate of cookies. You know, that is just my like natural predisposition, is to just get right back into it. So I do have to fight that. So again, November, holidays started, and I didn't want to deny myself. I was like, I like to enjoy all these holiday cookies and cocktails and things and cheese and crackers and all of this stuff. So I did. So did I gain back some of the weight that I lost? Yes. Not all of it. I am not back up to 188 pounds, which is where I started. But I did definitely gain a few pounds back. And so that was disappointing because it was a lot of hard work to get that 15 pounds off. And when I gained it back, it definitely came back very easily and very quickly. I had someone ask me how it was so easy for me to consume so many calories during the day, because in one of my videos I had mentioned that one of the reasons that I had gained so much weight over the last year or two was because I was a constant snacker. Like, I just would sometimes consume as much as 2,000 calories a day, and certain times, like when I would have a few cocktails in addition to like a day full of my regular eating, sometimes that would go well over 2,000 calories, and that's just way too much. And when you do that frequently enough, you start to pack on the pounds. And so I was like, I wish I was the type of person that could struggle to get in 1,300 calories a day, but that's just not me. I love food. I could eat it all day long, to be perfectly honest with you guys. If I just didn't care, I could probably pack away 3,000 calories, no problem, very, very easily. I love food. So, my relationship with food can be somewhat tricky. I think that when I have a healthy relationship with food, I really actually tend to even enjoy it more, because I just look at it as a source of like nutrition for my body versus like things that I can stuff in that just feel good in the moment and then make me feel like garbage afterwards. So it's that mindset that I really have to work on for myself. And that is what I've actually spent January doing, is switching my mindset from that holiday treat yourself mode to the more comfortable have a treat every once in a while, but work on your health first as a priority. So in January, I have returned to the gym on a regular basis. My minimum is going 5 days a week, and I try to also go at least on a Saturday or a Sunday, but if it doesn't happen, that's okay. When I go to the gym, I have not gotten back into weight training the way that I was in the past. I don't know why. It's just that every time I go, I look at the weights and I think, I just don't feel like it today. And I have to overcome that. And that is something that I have kind of mentally started to prepare myself for in January, is that in February, the weight training starts again. I gave myself January, the month of January, to get used to the idea of getting back into it. Weight training is my favorite form of exercise. I don't know why I'm avoiding it right now, but probably because it's hard. It is hard, and it's supposed to be. It is weight training, it's resistance training, it is really working on your muscles and engaging your entire body and building muscle. And that's not easy. It's not easy. It is time consuming, it is energy consuming, and you can be sore, especially when you're first starting out. And I do hate that sore feeling, and I know it's coming. So it's something that I have to mentally prepare myself for. So beginning February 1st, I'm not going to have any more excuses, because I'm not going to allow myself to have excuses. And I don't think that I'm being hard on myself. I know sometimes in the comment section of these videos, people are like, you shouldn't be so hard on yourself. You shouldn't necessarily have all these restrictions and these, like you don't need to be on a diet. You look fine, that kind of stuff. The thing is, you can't necessarily assume that when you are looking at someone that you know how they feel inside. And for me, being a little bit overweight, even if it's just a little bit, doesn't feel good. It makes me feel, I don't want to say gross inside, but like I can have some serious gut issues if I don't eat properly, or if I eat the wrong types of foods too much. I don't have IBS or anything like that, but definitely will get an upset stomach from the wrong types of foods. Just like that very uncomfortable, bloated feeling, that sluggishness that can come along with consuming a lot of sugar. And I don't like it. And the thing is, if you are not someone who wants to put that type of pressure on yourself, definitely don't. But I am a very goal-oriented person. I am someone who knows what I want, and if I have something in mind and I really set my mind to it, I know that I can meet that goal. And that's kind of how like this is for me, with getting the weight back off and getting back to feeling healthy, and the way that I felt last summer when I lost all of the weight. In terms of, so we talked about the gym a little bit. By the way, my main form of exercise when I go to the gym right now is walking. I love to walk. I will also do the stairs, which are the worst. I hate the stairs. And typically I will only do the stairs from like 15 to 20 minutes. And it's not every time I go to the gym. For the most part, I really love walking. The best form of walking is obviously outside with fresh air and just being out in nature. However, the weather right now is not the greatest for that, so I'm getting the bulk of my walking in at the gym. When I walk, I use the incline, and I also walk between 3.5 and 4 miles per hour. So at a pretty brisk walk. If someone is at the gym with me and I'm talking to them, it's definitely, I get a little bit winded. And that's like the level that I like to be at, where it's, I know that I'm not like raising my cortisol levels, causing, like an internal stress to my body, but where I know that I'm like getting my blood pumping and I'm getting in a good solid walk. If you have not looked into the benefits of walking, I'm gonna link a few videos down below that I watched recently that definitely confirmed to me what an amazing exercise just getting out and walking is. It can be better for you than running or biking or a lot of other types of exercises. So I will put the videos down below that might help you change your mind about just how beneficial walking can be. Craig was nice enough to get me an Apple Watch for Christmas. It was a very sweet gift. I didn't ask for it. I didn't even know that I wanted an Apple Watch. But I tell you what, this has been amazing for me in terms of counting my steps. I try to get between 10 and 15,000 steps every single day. Usually I'm ending up around 13,000, kind of right in the middle on most days when I go to the gym and I have a good hour-long walk. Typically an hour is the minimum amount of walking that I will do. It's a great time for me to clear my head, read through YouTube comments, watch YouTube videos. It's just kind of my veg time, I guess. Instead of sitting in front of the TV and zoning out, I walk and I zone out, and it's really, really great. So that's what I've been doing exercise-wise. Food-wise, I have really turned my diet around. Now, I am still incorporating the Isagenix shakes. I know that Isagenix it's an MLM, I'm aware. I don't personally really care for a lot of MLM products, to be entirely honest with you. I think the vast majority that are out there are not really all that great. The reason that I tried Isagenix is because I have had a couple of girlfriends that have used it, and it has helped them with portion control, shrinking their stomachs, and just kind of getting back to a healthier pattern of eating. And I found that that's what the Isagenix did for me. Is I do the shake in the morning, the shake at lunch. I do the mid-morning snack of right around 200 calories, usually like a hard-boiled egg or some veggies with some hummus, something like that. I will also do that afternoon snack, and then I just have a healthy dinner. And usually the healthy dinner consists of a protein, some kind of starch, and then a salad and veggies, or just a really big salad. So I try to eat very balanced meals. Every time I do one of these videos, the keto people come out and they're like, the only way to do this is keto. It's not. I don't like the keto diet. I would not want to eat like that. I find it to be very restrictive because there are a lot of foods that I love to eat that are not allowed on that particular diet, and I'm not willing to give those things up. I know that there are other ways to lose weight. It might take me a little bit longer by not doing keto, but it's going to allow me to have longer term results because I'm not going to want to quit keto and then go back to like a different way of eating and potentially gaining the weight back. It's not the diet for me. I'm glad that it works for a lot of people. It is not the diet for me. And I've also been reading a lot of things about the keto diet that just aren't really that great long term. So for me, that is not the right way to go. The Isagenix is, it works for weight loss. And when I decide to stop doing it, what I will do is just replace the shakes with just a either intermittent fasting approach again, or having a light breakfast of like maybe a couple of eggs and then, a mid-morning snack, but just kind of keeping it all right around the same calorie count. That's really what I need to work on, is just making sure that I'm not eating 2,500 calories a day, because it's too much for me. It's too much. I start to gain weight at that point, and that's not what I'm going for. So that's the health update as of right now, or health journey update. I really do this, or I have the view of this as being a health journey. It's not something I'm going to be able to sprint towards. The slower and the more steadily you lose the weight, the longer the results. I think for me, the holidays, my birthday, my friend's wedding was just a catalyst to start enjoying all of the things again, but not in moderation. What I should have done is just moderately enjoyed all of those things, but I just kind of had the attitude of like, meh, it's the holidays. enjoy yourself. So that mindset is switched off again because I didn't feel very good in November and December. I just didn't feel good, and it's time to put that away and to return to the more healthy way of life. So everything in moderation. You can have a treat every once in a while, but just focus on eating healthy foods every single day. Have those healthy snacks. Don't deprive yourself, but here's the magic thing. In order to lose weight, there has to be a caloric deficit. So you also cannot out-exercise a bad diet, and that's something that is abundantly clear to me because I can exercise until the cows come home, but if I'm still overeating, not going to lose weight. So, and that's the thing, in order to lose weight, you have to be in a caloric deficit. So you have to figure out the way that you want to meet that deficit, whether it is moderate eating and upping your exercise or whatever it is, but that is the magic thing. It's how you lose fat. So anyway, I hope this was helpful or encouraging in some kind of way. I'm a very real person. I had a slip up, but I think that mindset switch has happened in me now, and I'm very motivated. And if you let the holidays get the better of you, feel free to join me on this little journey of mine. You certainly don't have to use shakes or anything like that. Find a diet that works for you. Maybe it's keto. Check out keto if you think that that is something that will work for you. I know it works for a lot of people, whether it's just basic calorie counting, whether it's Weight Watchers, although I think it's now just WW. Jenny Craig, I don't know, whatever works for you. Find what works for you and stick with that. So again, let me know how often you guys want these updates. Thanks so much for listening to me ramble, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.